Welcome to Elle's Nails, where it doesn't take $1,000,000 for your nails to look like $1,000,000. It's almost turkey time, so let's put some turkey and pie on our nails. This is reverse stamping, and it is, as you can see, a bit messy, but once everything gets cleaned off, you'll have some really awesome nails. So I'm going to show you two techniques that I'm doing with reverse stamping. One of them I could just put directly on my nail, but I didn't. So that is this lovely cornucopia that I have on my thumb. And I will show you how to do 3 different colors, and that's all stamped at once. So I could stamp that directly on my nails if I choose to. I didn't though, because I have all these other things that I stamped. So I just was experimenting and decided to add that to my thumb. And then I'll show you how I did these awesome pie nails. They are a bit messy, but they're awesome. And it'll clean up nicely. So what you'll need first is silicone mat. You'll actually need that, or you could use a plastic bag if you don't have a silicone mat. And I have painted on here, you can probably see, some clear top coat, and it's already dry. I'm using this one. This one's not very good for stamping, but it'll work fine for what I'm doing with it right now. And so then you can start stamping. So I have my stamp template here. It's got these lovely Thanksgiving, come on, focus. Lovely Thanksgiving patterns to it. I got the cornucopia, and it also has pie. I'm assuming that's the Mayflower, but it could be the Nina, the Penta, or the Santa Maria for all I know. And then a turkey. We're not going to do the turkey today though. So first I will show you how to do the multicolored stamping. And for this you'll have to angle your stamper just to the way you like it. I have it so that the little grapes are pointing down. That's just because I like to scrape down, and if I scrape with the purple someplace else, it's going to smear. So the first thing you need is to clean off all your surfaces. As you can see, the stamper has been used, so I definitely need to clean it off. So I'm going to clean that off, and more importantly, clean the stamper pad. And I dropped it on the floor a minute ago, so it has cat hair on it. There we go. Alright, so for the cornucopia, I am using 3 different colors, and these are all from my Bundle Monster collection. This is actually purple, it's not black, although it looks black, and I thought it was black when I ordered it. And then I have an orange and a yellow. Get that out of the light. And then I'm using my Mo U scraper, which I like. For this particular thing, if you don't have a clear stamper, a regular hard stamper would be perfectly fine. This one I found did not pick up as much area because it's smaller, so I'm not going to use it. But if you do want to do reverse stamping and you have a small object, this would work fine because you're not going to need to worry about placing it. You'll do that later. So I'm just opening all my bottles. For this particular thing, you will have to cover the whole object. I normally only put a little bit because a little dab will do ya, but you do have to cover the whole object with this. So I'm going to just start light to dark. And I'm just going to put the yellow where I want the yellow to be, which is the little grassy area, or the basket area. And then orange for the pumpkin. Make sure you don't get any grape on that. And I also am making the little grassy area orange as well. You could probably make that yellow if you want, but it will cause your pumpkin to be a little more yellow if you do that. And then last but not least, a little dab of purple for those little grapes. Make sure you don't smear. Okay, then I'm going to scrape. And pick it up with my stamper. And there is a lovely cornucopia, and it looks perfect. It's a shame I don't have to put it on my nails. So what you do at this point is you'd either put it on your nails, or if you want to do reverse stamping, take your painted area and press it on that painted area. And I'm talking too much, so it didn't come out very well. I was expecting that. But that's what you do. And I will show you yet again how to do that with the pie and apples. Actually, there are apples on there too. This is really kind of messy if you're doing a lot of these. So make sure that you have a silicone mat or a paper towel or something down so that you can clean everything up. This black was everywhere on this thing. In fact, I might use a paper towel next time I do this because it was so hard to get this off the silicone mat. There was a lot of black. In fact, I might just... my cat took my paper towels. Yes, I have a cat that likes to take things. Okay, well, we'll just clean it up. Alright, so now we're going to do the pie. And the pie I'm actually going to use my Bundle Monster Black on. Because it's just the black outline, and then I'm going to color it in. So a little line down the front will do for that. And I'm going to do this rather quick. Same technique I would with the other one. But I'm not going to talk much because I want to actually get it on the template, on the silicone mat. Okay. So there it is. And now I'm going to put it on the mat. There we go. See, if I don't talk, it goes well. So that is your lovely little template. And then what you would do is, I'm going to clean this off before it dries. Hang on. Yay, speaking of the cat, there she is. See, it's making a big mess. I might never do that again. I might use paper towels. All right, so now to color it in. And to color it in, I have my NYC brown, and then also from the Bundle Monster stamp collection, mainly because stamping paint is a little thinner. So I'm going to use red and blue from that. And I am going to use a dotting tool. You could use a paintbrush, but I had a dotting tool handy. So first I'm going to color in the brown, and I'll just put a dot of brown on my handy dandy silicone mat, and then color in the pie. With my dotting tool. And I'm not going to do this whole thing for you, because we don't want to be here forever. So you just paint all of the things you wanted painted on this handy dandy silicone mat or a plastic bag. And then once you have everything done and painted the way you like it, you will add a top coat. And this is probably going to smear a bit. Nice and thick. You want it nice and thick. And you can use clear coat instead of top coat if you have a clear coat that you don't like. In fact, the sample that I have over here, there, is actually a clear coat. It's not the top coat. It's my Broadway clear coat. This one. Because I have that and I don't need it, and I wanted to see if it worked better. And it works about the same. You want something thick. And because the Broadway is a thicker polish, it worked. So you want to, depending on what coat you have, whatever works for you. Okay, so you want to have that completely dry, and then you can use tweezers, or what I'm using here is the end of a dotting tool. But once it's dry, you can peel it up. Be gentle about it or it might rip. And then you have basically a custom decal. And there it is. It's got the little pie dots in it and everything. So how you would put this on is you would take and you can have your nails a little bit wet at this point actually. But what's nice is that you can paint all these ahead of time, and then whenever you feel like painting your nails, you can do this. So if you have some free time and you're just sitting around watching TV, you can paint some custom nail decals. So add a layer of top coat or a layer of the color that you have underneath your nails so that your nail is wet. And then you take your little pie and apples and you place them on top and pat them down slightly. I like to use a cuticle pusher and gently pat on it, but you could use your finger if you don't have one of these. And then I'm going to take more of that top coat. Oops. I'm making a mess. And I'm going to add another coat of the top coat. And then I am going to once again take that cuticle pusher and push this down very gently because it's wet now. All right. Then you'll need, I closed the lid, hang on. You'll need some nail polish remover, and a cleanup brush. Or acetone. I use pure acetone actually. And you'll clean up around the edges, which I can't do on camera because the camera is in the way and I can't reach. And as you can see, it is a little messy, mainly because of the color choices I used. The red does tend to dye. So I'm going to clean up around the edges and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cleaned up around the edges, and so it's all set to go. I'm actually going to add a couple more things to it though. As you may see, there is a little bit of smearing that happened. That is because the black stamp didn't stamp very well. It has nothing to do with my decal. But if you find a little mistake here or there, you can always use some of your bottom color, which, by the way, is Essence, the cream Essence color. And just do a few touch-ups. See where the nail polish smeared down there when I was cleaning up. And then just add a good top coat to it that's good with stamping polish. And also, after I do that and let it dry a minute, I finished it off with a matte top coat after that. So that's it for this time, and we'll see you next time.